That's true. That's true. She's not gonna have as much gold as she would originally pre-nerfs, but it's still a lot of gold, especially with the plants, because the plants proc the gold.
Yeah, exactly.
So she's not too concerned about it. And Paul's Please still with the early level 1 aggression, but Fluffy Tail doing a good job every game, just being able to spot that out and not getting caught. There's kind of a window here while Cassidon's up towards the blue buff. If you know, if Paul's Please is smart about it, they might be able to sneak in when they're not watching. But they're gonna get spotted by the ward a little bit early. They know it's there. Now, Cassidon's coming down. They're just going for that ward again. Aurelia not repositioning at all. Nobody wants to fight. I think that Paul's Please could have had a fight there if they wanted it. Force Nautilus out, because Nautilus is so reliant on his early jungle stuff that if he has to start Q in a fight, he just gets killed in the jungle. Level 1. So that's potentially a missed opportunity for Paul's Please to maybe put some aggression down. But up here in the top lane, we got Aurelia already starting to put damage on
that true damage. Those 2 auto attacks got like 10% of his health.
And he had missed the Q, so didn't get any trade damage in return. He's gonna have a lot of trouble in that lane. Definitely gonna have to use that teleport defensively. Oh, we gotta pause. Let me talk to the teams. I need my chat. I don't have my chat. Quirky has a visual bug. So do I. Do we need a reset? No, casters are just fine.
Yeah, we're fine. Oh, casting minions. They can attempt to reconnect.
Excuse us, guys.
A summoner has disconnected.
Back to us. Okay. We're gonna figure it out. I'm gonna talk to the captain, see if we need a restart. No, we're okay.
The virus database has been updated.
Oops. Hello.
Yep. And unfortunate. These things happen though.
Looks like they're okay. They're reconnecting in. They're figuring it out. They figured it out.
A summoner has reconnected.
Yeah, I've had really weird visual bugs. Like I've had Draven become Ignite. Like every time Draven got a kill, it'd be like an enemy has been slain, or like, and it just showed Ignite's face instead of like Draven's face, and it just like that happened.
I almost accidentally logged out. That would not have been good. No, mine. You guys good? You guys good? Getting some audio feedback right now for some reason. Probably because we're paused, but we shall wait, guys. We shall wait. So let's think about this. What do you like? Who do you think's got the early? All right, here we go. We're back in.
I honestly still think that even though blue side is all, you know, late game, that Braum and that Nautilus are so strong. If they can get their CC off.
Oh, let's get back in the game, guys. That might help. Yep. I'm agreeing with that one. I think the CC chain can be deadly. That is true. I forgot to disable those notifications before we started. It should be the only time we hear them. Anyways, I agree with your assessment a lot. Ooh, the Ari's still doing work. Maybe they should have potentially banned that.
Yeah, I think definitely if you see a mid laner like play it twice in a series, you may want to ban it. Cause not only like, you know, obviously it's not the only mid laner they play, but you know, when you play a champion 2 games in a row, you get to that comfort. You take that away, and now they have to adapt to a new mid laner.
I agree. The Zyra getting some good bindings. Braum's not, or Roots, excuse me. Braum's not able to come in and get any of those passives. Even though, we got a gank with the counter gank here. Maokai going in on the Nautilus first. They're trying to focus on the Nautilus, who's out of mana, but he's got the blue buff. Good Q, but that's it. That's all he's got. Gragas coming back in with the E, the flash. Gonna get him out. The Maokai flash, the Gragas flash. Gragas gonna get out. Aurelia not able to get there as Maokai pushes her back. Gragas coming back in. Aurelia stunning him up. We gotta go back to that. Thank you. So Gragas working it out. Aurelia gonna get out just fine. Oh no! Excuse me. Maokai gonna twist advance in. Not gonna have enough damage to do it. No, she's gonna be fine. So, thank you, Lori.
And that sustain from Gragas' spells. Every time Gragas uses a spell, he gets a percentage of his HP back.
Mm-hmm. And
And
so
it's
he was able to live back. There's definite change from the old Gragas, and definitely keeps him in those situations and the fight situations. It makes him a lot stronger, and the fact where you don't know if he's gonna be able to live or not, whether you ignite him down, and now one Q could save his life. So he was able to barely get out of there. A little bit of the wasted flash after, as the Nautilus was dying, but in the end it did keep him safe, and that's what counts.
Yeah.
So Nautilus trading over the double buffs back to Maokai. It's gonna hurt him quite a bit, especially in the early level. He came in for a gank and a kind of a situation where he wasn't ready for it. He had no mana, even though he had the blue buff, and that's what killed him in that fight. He was only able to throw down one Q. He wasn't able to use his slow. He wasn't able to shield or anything like that, and it absolutely killed him. Now Ari, not doing as bad as she was last game on the farm. She's actually staying even against the sustained Cassidy. So that's good for her. Gragas doing really well now, even though he's behind in some farm. He's got a lot of the minions waiting there for him, so he'll even that out rather quickly. As he goes back more and more, he'll start to snowball up that assist, and he's starting to get good trades down. Aurelius is not able to compete with the assist.
And Maokai picks up an early sleeper too, so he has the only sleeper out right now.
Definitely looking to try to control that vision. Right now there's really nothing for him to control, but if he's looking for an early dragon, that could be a very crucial item to have picked up. There we go in the top lane. Gragas is just going to freeze that right there, forcing Aurelia back. She doesn't have a teleport. Gragas still has his up, so if there's any problems in the bot lane, he can come on down there. Cassidy's sitting at base. Teleport back
has
mid
teleport
lane.
actually.
Cassidy, that's correct. I had forgotten about that. Looks like he's going to definitely try to be out and around the map. With the teleport down though, he's going to be kind of stuck in the mid lane for a bit, at least until 6.
And he just came back to eat half his health and damage.
Yeah, just a half the damage, or half his health and damage, and that's gonna... Ari's definitely got him trapped. He can't roam, because Ari is just gonna push into the turret, and he's just gonna lose a lot of CS. And he can't stay in lane, because Ari is just gonna chunk him down. So, Caston's in a bit of a situation here. He needs to be calling for that Nautilus help right now. Balls, please.
There's that damage from bot lane.
Getting some good damage on the bot lane. Good poke synergy with what they got. Oops, allowing Braum and Vayne to be on the back foot, where Braum wants to be really aggressive. So, somebody just messaged me, and I'm sorry I can't see your message because we're in game. I'll get to you afterwards. If you have a pressing matter, please contact Phoenix Down or write it in chat.
Yeah, I have a wall client open, so if you guys have a message, just add me. I'll post it in chat one more time.
Thank you very much. Alrighty, Corgi's starting to run low on mana. They're going to be hitting 6 rather soon. Gragas hasn't gone back yet. Aurelia's been back again. He's going to need to go back. He's sitting on some substantial gold. He's only sitting on 900 gold. Excuse me. He just needs to back though and kind of put that to good use. He's looking for 12 to get the rod, but at this rate he's starting to lose some lane pressure or lane presence to the Aurelia, and it's starting to hurt him in the CS category, even though he's that level ahead. the no mana and the kind of low on health definitely affects him. Cassidy using the shield to get a good trade down. While Nihilus missing a gank opportunity in bottom. Oh, Gragas going down to the Ignite plus the Irelia ultimate. Irelia gonna flash out to make sure she's safe.
Well, she kind of flashed into the turret, so oh, and she's dead.
There's the opportunistic Malphite that we saw, or Maokai, excuse me, that we saw last game. Braum ultimate gonna be used, but no follow-up stun by the Vayne as they just decide to reset because they're out of mana and they're 2/3 health. So a little bit maybe of a waste there of an ultimate there, but he felt that they were in danger, so using it to get out. Looks like the Zyra's actually being
just
effective.
hit 6-2, so if they continued on that engage, they would have lost it, just because that Zyra ulti is so good for counter engage.
And unfortunately, they're gonna have to back. They had to back during the cannon wave, which means they're gonna miss the cannon. Oh, Cassidy going in deep on the Ahri. Ahri putting a lot of damage in. Ignites down, but Spirit rushes away as we get a pause. Okay.
Okay.
Corki can't use his ult.
A summoner has disconnected.
Unfortunately, at this stage in the game, it's too late for a remake. But we're gonna figure it out. Back to us. Back to us. Hi Izzy, how are you doing?
Oh, hey.
Corki, oh, that was the message. Corki can't use his ult.
Yeah. Trying to see here if
A summoner has reconnected.
perhaps something happened.
We're messaging with the team, seeing what we can get. So that
Okay.
was the chat. That was the chat. 3 minutes later, here we go. Figured it out. Initially, but it's being weird again. So we might have more problems with the Corki. That was happening with your Varus Q last game. Are Riot servers acting up? Does anybody know? Alright, so guys, just be expecting another pause to come shortly. None of his abilities are casting. Oh, this isn't good. We'll go back to the game for the small time we got. So you switched around the auto cast and it worked. Nope, Miss Awesome, not quite yet.
Yeah, we're 10 minutes into this third
Yep,
game.
only 10 minutes into the third game. I had a few pauses already. So I'm gonna try to figure out what's still going on here with the so I'm just gonna chat. Izzy, if you don't mind walking through the game for a bit.
Yeah, sure. A lot of vision from blue side. They have a lot more wards than red side does, so hopefully we see that use to their advantage. Oh, Maokai is putting down that red dragon. They might get an early one down. But it looks like blue team knows where he is. They pinged it out.
Yeah, I'm back to some more aggression here in the bottom lane as Maokai comes in. Looks like Corki was fine using his abilities there. I didn't see if he was able to. We might have another pause coming up here shortly. We'll find out. If not, what are ADCs just right click anyways, so it doesn't matter. Ouch, that's rough. That's rough. That was mean. But anyways, here's that pause. We're
Yeah,
gonna.
it looks like people are lagging, and
There might be some riot issues right now. So we'll figure it out.
A summoner has disconnected.
Alright. Back to us. How you doing, Izzy?
Hey. So yeah, if you can hear us, just apparently if you turn off the autocast,
He says he's restarting his client.
yeah, if
So
you turn,
hopefully
if you toggle the autocast and like use it, and then toggle it back off, it should fix it according to one of the people in our chat.
That's what LC's. I think that's the LC captain, isn't it? I think that's what he's stating.
Yeah.
So you know it's worth a shot to try. Hopefully Corky can get it working. I think it's a little bit late to restart unless both teams kind of agree to it. There's been a lot that's happened in the game, so I'm gonna let, if the teams agree to, if there's a problem and the teams agree to restart, I'll let the teams restart. But it worked yesterday. Okay, so that's a potential fix. But my stance is, as you know, the game admin here, I can't restart the game myself. So if the team wants to restart it, that's their options. Yeah, League is a bit laggy. The League's been a bit laggy lately for some reason. Couldn't tell you why, but they have been. So it is a bit weird. It looks like we may have a game here. We may have a game here. Hold on, guys. No problems, guys. Any issues are good. We fix them. We like to fix them. We want to make sure everybody has a good time. It was really bad last night. Yeah, well, League of Legends might be having some server problems. It's not unheard of, guys. Definitely not unheard of. Anyways, back to the top lane. Gragas was able to get his catalyst. Aurelia has a kill onto that Gragas now, which is, you know, unfortunate, but he kind of stayed a bit long. You think they're moving the servers? Well, that's rather inconvenient. I hope that doesn't cause us too much problems in future games. If it does, guys, please let me know, and we'll make sure to get it fixed or try to work around it. Anyways, Maokai getting some very aggressive wards again. He's liking those. No, this is a different team. Excuse me. Paul, please, is actually getting some aggressive wards in, as they have a good ping control and aggressive wards in that jungle. Purple side has definitely been the ward aggressor in this series. Nihilus looking for. Sarcasm, John. Sarcasm. anyways. Nihilus missed an opportunity to gank bottom. He's gonna get shown by those jungle wards here as he moves up towards his taken raid camp. It looks like Corky can use his ultimate now.
Yep.
Look at that.
Start seeing those rockets. Start seeing him poke him down.
There's more poke gonna come out. So, Vayne and Brown might be in a lot of trouble now that he has that poke option. Although we'll see as Braum starts to get more tanky and starts to eat more and more. That poke might become a non-factor. Cassin taking some damage as he's trying to get that farm. Ari's keeping it close this game. Whatever she did, she learned. Now Nala's coming in for a gank here, landing the Q as Vayne tries to take the Zyra. Nala's turning back on the Zyra as he wasn't able to get the Corki, and Zyra gonna fall to the Vayne. Good kill given away, and the exhaust going down on the Corki. Braum lands the Q, but just not able to finish off the kill.
No follow-up there.
Not enough follow-up, correct. The Nihilus Q was down, and Vayne was not close enough. Now Gragas and Aurelia going at it in the top lane. Both use their ultimate. Aurelia on the back foot as Maokai coming in. 2 flashes down. The slow goes in. Maokai flashes in for the twisted advance, and Gragas gonna finish it out with a W auto.
That just looks so brutal when you get hit by that.
Oh, so real. She was just, yeah, that's Santa Gragas, man. Good stuff though. The Gragas preemptively ulting there, keeping her way away from the safety of her turret as Maokai came up the lane, and Maokai was able to flash in twisted advances to secure the kill for his team. So that was some heads up play by Maokai. Just he's 100% on his map positioning in the last 2 games. He has just been able to see where the ganks are coming from and been able to position accordingly. There's the mid lane, some more aggression coming out of the... the 2 mid laners as Nihilus goes in and doesn't do anything. He's been doing that a lot lately. Going in for a gank and not actually backing off. I don't know if you've been watching the mini map, but he's done it a few times in the bot lane as well now was in the mid lane. So maybe he's just waiting for that perfect opportunity, or what?
He finally got his Rod of Ages though. So he's gonna start stacking that and become really big and really tanky,
That
while
is
also
true.
dealing damage.
Ari getting away with the spear rushes. Nihilus went in with the Q. Zyra roaming up from the bot lane as Maokai going in for the Cassid and the sapling. Gonna get it right before he jumps out as Maokai on the back foot now as Aurelia comes in, actually turning it around with the red buff as Aurelia wants none of that tree.
That was just another really messy engage.
Another messy engage, but a good roam by the Zyra. Able to secure that. Braum was just too late on that roam, even though they have ward coverage down that bot lane. And Cassidy paid for it. He was too aggressive with his ultimate and wasn't able to get out in time. We might have a small lane swap here, or Aurelia just farming up some minions. Gragas sitting still in the mid lane. Ari coming back in. Cassid had a bottom lane to look for a gank. His teleport is down, so he's going to have to run the whole way. Paul's please looking for the dragon. They've already started it. Fluffy Tail knows they're doing it. They have wards. Braum's trying to come in. They don't know the exact health of it, but they can definitely see them doing it. Here comes Braum Vayne.
There's a ward and nothing.
Miss smite though, but Ari's gonna be able to pick it up. Now, Fluffy Tail leaving the fight. Didn't even want to fight that. Aurelia's there though, but I guess that they don't fancy their chances in a 5v5. Getting some vision control. A waste of the trinket because they had the pink ward there, but purple side's starting to put a small advantage on, and it was a little bit late of a dragon. Dragon probably could have got taken 3, 4, or 5 minutes ago by the purple side, or even the blue side if they were watching the Maokai go on top. But, you know, in the end decided not to do that and stick in the lanes. And
Vayne having trouble farming under tower here.
well,
She's gonna need every bit of that CS if she wants to be that late game carry that she has to be.
good thing that she has that kill.
Yeah.
And she's actually 20 CS up on that Corki, which is surprising considering the Poke, Corki and Zyra have been putting down on the Vayne to zone her out of that fight. Corki must have been focusing too much on Poke and dropping a few of the CS per the waves, and is now paying because of it.
He does have that Triforce though, which is a huge power spike for Corki. He's gonna be able to weave it in between every one of his rockets.
Yep, he is definitely in one of his more powerful moments of the game. Coming back in with the try, you can definitely start taking down turrets. The turrets are not going to last long, not going to stand very firm in front of them, especially with the true damage and the sheen proc that's going to be happening. Which you're going to get. He might actually get this turret before they pop in. He's able to get, minions able to secure the turret for him as they're on the back foot. Braum gonna land a Q, no follow up though with an ultimate or anything like that. Valkyrie is still up. Now Braum and Vayne running away as Maokai and Ari clear wards up in the river. Nihilus coming in for a gank though. The Zyra plants might distract him. There he goes on his way out as the Zyra snare would have kept him at bay. Purple side, Paul's Please have total vision control of this game. And
it looks like Nautilus knows they don't have vision here.
Yeah, it looks like he's been able to identify that. Nautilus going in for the gank. Let's go back down there. We can't go back down there for a moment. Gragas and Maokai making some action going on here. And the top lane is really in more trouble. Staying too far up with their tower gone. Gonna die. Maokai, Gragas gonna be able to push down because of it, and even though he doesn't have the ignite, he's got the jungler in his pocket to be able to finish off those kills that ignite would normally give for him. Alrighty. While that was happening, we missed Ari taking the tower in the mid lane. She was able to push back Cassidy. He doesn't have too much wave clear. Standard from the Ari. So good heads up play by her. to be able to pick that up. She has a blue buff over Cassidy. No buff as Maokai comes in. Looking for the twisted advance, the long twisted advance. Already flashes in for the charm. Gonna be able to pick it up with the Spirit Rush. And another kill. Goes to that Maokai. 4-0-2 on the Maokai. Definitely being a huge impact. He was a small impact in the last game, and he's being a much bigger impact this game as Nautilus lands a Q. Aurelia coming in on the Ahri. Ahri's in trouble as she getting focused down by the Aurelia. Gonna fall, and now Maokai is the target as Nautilus gonna flash in, get the slow, land the stun. Vayne, gonna be able to pick it up.
The revolts and a crit just got rid of like 300 health that Maokai had.
He blew him up, that's for sure. Now Cassim, he's not being too very effective this game for someone who was banned out 2 games in a row. He has almost 0 impact on the game, down by 30 CS, and he definitely needs to make some big moves, some big plays here, as we're now in the mid game, and he's not going to have a lane to roam to. So Cassidon is incredibly far behind the RE especially. So he doesn't even have his Rite of Ages completed yet, and we're 21 and a half minutes into the game. He is hurting.
Yeah, Blue Side has a comp that just can't afford to fall behind, and now that they are, you're starting to see how difficult it is when you have these late game carries who aren't at late game status. They just don't do anything.
Yeah, they're not very effective. Aurelia doing work though with the minions. Gragas in trouble, but there's that jungler in the pocket. He whipped it out. You activated my trap card as Gragas comes back in. Oh, they might not get it as Aurelia flashes the barrel and gets out safely. I think at this point Aurelia has to just think that Maokai is going to be there every time unless she sees him on the map.
Out. And be sure that when she goes in on Gragas, she's not going to be greeted by Maokai.
No,
out of the jungle.
At this point in the game, Maokai's been up there every opportunity he's got. So if I was Aurelia and I don't see him mid or bottom, I don't go in.
Yeah,
which
exactly.
is not exactly how Aurelia wants to play, but it's kind of the way it just has to happen. We got a little.
You just have to assume every single tree in the jungle is just Maokai.
That is true. That is true. We got Twisted Advance coming in under the Braum. Maokai focusing the tank as Nautilus is in on the back line. Here comes Cassidon. Boy walking in. Oh, but a big turn by Corki is a good phosphorus bomb. Drops a lot of people. Here he comes trying to finish up. The heal gonna go down. The Vayne trying to kite. Gragas gonna be able to help him. And Corki's looking for the pentakill. Waiting for the Valkyrie to come up. He might lose the timer. He's gonna lose the combat.
It's a really long timer now, but he can still lose it to teammate.
He's definitely gonna lose it. Gonna pick up the quadra kill. Get 5,000 gold ahead for his team. Gragas flashing, trying to get the ultimate. Got the ultimate. Go back, League. Gonna get out anyways, though. Apparently, we didn't need to see that. Oh, gotta love the little replay system. Anyways, purple side, Pulse please not picking up the dragon after that. So they might leave that open for Fluffy Tail to kind of make an engagement back on this. Cassidon, who didn't die, is coming back in. Looks like he's heading for the top lane though, so this might be an uncontested dragon. Ahri on her way though, not quite there. Corki's Ira full health, but Gragas Maokai are really low. Here comes the engage. Braum looks like he's going in, lands a good Q on Corki. Maokai, very tanky, but he falls down. Braum still in the middle of the line, trying to stun up Corki. Zyra gonna get stunned up, and she's gonna fall as Vayne comes in, trying to clean up. Here comes Cassin with the slow. Vayne gonna pick. Cassin actually gonna pick up the double kill as Vayne doing all the damage, and that's gonna reset
Great
it.
cleanup.
So that's gonna be a dragon and a 3-for-1. Or a 1-for-3, excuse me. So Fluffy Tail definitely doing what they need to do to keep themselves in this game. And yes, LC, you will get the VODs for this. I think those are going to be Twitch VODs though, because I'm not storing any VODs locally, unfortunately, right now. If I hope the Twitch doesn't mute them. That's my only concern. That's why we're not playing music. We were originally gonna play music in between breaks and on champ selects and stuff like that. But you're more than welcome. I'm gonna save the VODs. I'm gonna highlight each game. I'm gonna try to upload it to our YouTube, and you are more than welcome to take snippets and upload it to yours. But that kind of evened it up. Yep. Now he was dead.
Damage on that rise.
All right, I'll believe you. I'll believe you, Ascora. But yeah, the silence. All it looks like. Let's go check and find out what the Cho'Gath is maxing. It looks like he's got 3 points into his silence already, which is huge.
And he's just proxying the wave now. He's not scared of anything.
He's not. He's got 1 point in his Q. He's got 3 points in his silence. That man definitely has a plan. He has a specific plan. Oh, the Rise gonna catch him out. His force to flash of the roll. The Rise gonna flash afterwards. Gonna get it with the auto attack Q and finish it off. Xerath almost in trouble himself, but he was able to get out with the help of Lee Sin, who was heading towards top. Let's kill that Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath was a little bit far forward. Got a bit greedy on that Rise. Tried to start proxying waves and got punished for it as Rise came back from backing and had the item advantage. We see a big poke down here at the bottom lane. Tristana forced to jump away. The Nami's in trouble as the hook comes. Hook lands. Thresh trying to flay, misses the flay to the flash, and Nami escapes with her life. Lee Sin coming down for more stuff in the bottom lane. That was some good poke and some good play by the bottom side here of Dongers Bongers. It's funny to say as Lucian. Oh, Lucian gonna get hit with the Q as he goes to ward. Doesn't even get the ward in the bush as we see Lee Sin trying to fight. Thresh gonna hook Nami as they switch focus. The flay going around. The lantern taken by Lucian. Lucian gonna pick up the Nami. Now he flashes away.
Lucian needs...
No, Tristana in trouble though. He could have picked up the Lucian. The Tristana in trouble to the minions. The minions are not gonna get it, but the Thresh flay will. The Lee Sin tried to flash.
Oh, and that
flash
Thresh
the hook. Gonna get picked up by the Lucian and finish it off. The bot lane of Dongers Bongers is just killing everybody.
That Thresh hook was like threading the needle. It went right between two minions and it just perfectly landed on Lee Sin.
It was perfect. Just a great hit out of the Thresh Lucian combo. And you know, our lost chapters are definitely gonna have to do something about this. Either this game or next game. They might need a Rise teleport, and or maybe just a jungle camp. He might need to pitch a tent down there as we as that lane tries to come back. They already were down because of the first blood assist. They did get that first kill in the lane, but now they're really far behind as Thresh Lucian are starting to snowball. Cho'Gath picking up the kill with the Nam.
Yep.
Scary
Eating
thing.
up that Rise. That's a really scary ultimate. You're at like 300 health and then bam, it's gone.
It's an incredibly scary ultimate, and he only gets bigger. A little bit of hiccups. But Cho'Gath is definitely going to be scary. You know what? I was doubting the pick again, but every time I seem to doubt it, it seems to do well. So Lucian coming in here with a lot of damage. The exhaust going down. Thresh is nowhere to be seen. He was up there warding. The bubble going to land. The lantern going to get him out. Tristana not able to pick up the kill as she takes another Q. Thresh looking for some damage, but Thresh goes in. And meanwhile, Orianna in the melee get a good ultimate as Shyvana 6 on Xerath. Shyvana looking for one more auto. Gonna get it off to Xerath. Lee Sin coming in now. Shyvana 6 is Lucian's 5.
And
gonna pick up the double.
That was a mistake.
Huge
Shyvana
mistake.
and her dragon form. Just too much damage.
You need to wait as she walked away on potentially Q'd afterwards.
Yeah.
Maybe follow down. You can't
Dragon
go back
form
in
also
and face.
doubles her passive resistances, so
She also had her W up at the time. If he would have waited for the W to go down on cooldown, he potentially could have gone now. And Cho'Gath going deep for this. He might die for this. Here comes Rise back in. He's got the ultimate clicking. Oh, the silence! Gonna
she
keep
just
him alive.
told him to be quiet and silenced him for the kill.
Oh my gosh.
That's
That's
the
crazy.
time where I would love to have seen the Gentleman Cho'Gath skin.
Yeah, the Gentleman Cho'Gath game would have been something. I mean, Yeah, he needed to wait till the burnout went down and then try to go in. I agree completely on that one. Going in with it still up as her main damage source is not a smart plan. That's
Yeah,
what got the
it's a
Lee
lot
Sin
of
killed.
damage. But again, Shyvana had just put it up, so like when Lee Sin queued and queued again, that's when Shyvana brought up the burnout. So it wasn't necessarily something that.
He could have potentially seen. He might have just already, his mind was telling him no, but his body told him yes, and he went and died for it. So he'll have to learn that next time. As he comes in for a bottom lane gank here, none of these have been successful. Their bottom lane is 6, Lee Sin's 6, but he's taking a lot of damage. Tristana Nami taking the whole culling, and a barrier to die. Thresh is going deeper as the tower goes down. Here comes Lucian looking for the dash. Got the dash. Thresh, flash in place. Gonna kill it. Now Nami's in trouble as it gets queued. Thresh giving vision in the bush. One more hit. No, the heal gonna keep her safe. Oh, the Thresh gonna pick it up with the Q, with the hook. And they're gonna get another double kill down the bot lane. And Ryze is in trouble. Cho'Gath coming in with the kill secure with the Nam. Picking off what Shyvana set up nicely for him. Pretty much set it up front of plate, and Cho'Gath ate off it.
Yeah, so much domination this game from red side, from purple side.
Huge domination. Here comes Xerath trying to pick up a kill. No ultimate yet on the Xerath, so he's not going to be able to pick up the Thresh. Maybe he might pick up the Thresh. Lee Sin missing the Q as Lucian dodged it. Thresh looking for the hook. Lee Sin trying to find the Thresh. He's going real deep for the Thresh as Xerath takes a lot of damage. Tristana still focusing Thresh. They're all focusing Thresh, leaving Lucian there to deal damage. Finally pick him up as here comes a teleport from Cho'Gath. Orianna's roaming down as well from the mid lane. Cho's looking for the Xerath. He's not going to find the Xerath.
He's at silence.
He flashes Qs to try to find the Thresh. Not going to get the Thresh even though he stuns it. Went way too deep. And purple side pick up some more kills. I think that ended up, 3 for 1, 4 for 1 in the end there?
I think it was about a 3 for 1.
After everybody cycled through? And Shyvana, and the meantime, Shyvana is picking up Dragon. So, that's a big thing to note. They're going to get a free Dragon from it. Here you go, Cho'Gath going deep in the bottom lane. Not going to be able to pick anything up as Lee Sin comes. Misses the Q. Big skill shot to miss. And that's going to reset as Shyvana picks it up. No problem. Our lost chapter's in a bit of a trouble here. 12 minutes in. 9k go down. They need something big. They need a miracle to kind of come in for this game. Their team comp just, even though I liked it, it's just not doing it for them in this game. They got beat too bad in the early game, and they're not able to come back. Tristana's a late game champion. Ryze is a late game champion. Xerath blows up late game, even though he can pretty much is guaranteed to kill at 6. Oh, good Thresh hook on the Ryze. Lucian Thresh coming up out of nowhere. No vision control at the Ryze, but the Lantern taking him in the wrong way. But the Culling coming out, Culling at the wrong angle. Ryze looking to try to escape as Xerath comes up to help. Cho'Gath's on his way in as well. Here's the Ryze going back in, not going to get it. Xerath's trying to pick it up. Not quite going to pick it up as Xerath's now in trouble. The hook from the Thresh again as Cho'Gath, again, just eats it right off the plate, man. They serve it up on a silver platter for him, and he noms it down. Crazy play here. Lost chapters in a bit of trouble. As we were saying earlier with the late game comp, they're gonna potentially lose the early game. And they did lose the early game, but they lost it a bit harder than what I would imagine they're expecting. Lee Sin was there. Now Lee Sin's in a bit of trouble. He's gonna dodge the silence. One more auto. He's trying to avoid the Cho'Gath Q. The Cho'Gath's looking for the Q. The cooldown, he's going real deep. Gonna get out with the help of Ryze and Xerath. Here they come, trying to turn it. Tristana forced to jump over the wall by Thresh. Tristana in perfect position now to pick up this kill as Xerath takes it up. Shyvana in deep, taking some turret shots, but as she burns out, Ryze is gonna flash in for the Orianna. By himself though, Tristana jumps in. Just barely misses the Orianna ultimate as Thresh hooks Ryze over the wall, and now Thresh is smelling Xerath. He's going for blood. Thresh turning back as Shyvana keeps forcing forward. Shyvana is one hit as the Nami keeps coming through. Nami gonna pick it up. Thresh in trouble, Lucian in trouble. Huge turnaround by the blue side here, as Nami came back up with an amazing ultimate to get through and turn that team fight around. And we have a
there's
pause coming up. Let's see what happened.
Or what?
Support DCing.
Oh, okay.
So their Thresh might have DC'd. Oh no, that's the
That's
Nami
Nami's.
DC, excuse me. Report. I'm gonna talk to these teams, see what's up. Oh, I don't have him. I have him on my friends list. I ain't friends with this guy. The pause please do went offline, so hopefully he's coming back. Okay, we're back in the game.
Back in.
Good stuff. Alrighty, Nami coming down for word. Looks like she's fully back in the game. No big deal. Getting that Baron warded 30 seconds early, but it's the thought that counts. Alright, let's see. Rise pushing down that top lane turret. He's 2 and 4, so he's at least got some kills, but Cho'Gath 6 and 2, and the opposite lane down bottom.
Purple team's turret has been destroyed.
Cho'Gath doesn't have a turret to pick up. Well, Rise picked it up for them. Now, if they can secure that bot lane tower and that mid lane tower, they can get some of this gold swinging back in their favor.
And there
Now,
goes the Shirelias.
Oh, Xerath able to dodge the Thresh hook, but he stayed around to get some damage.
Too much
and
damage
died
coming
for
out.
it. He needed to keep running and just decided to turn and fight. No last stand for Xerath.
Oh, that Trinity Force is just doing too much damage.
Training Force plus the Boots of Lucidity. That Lucian's going all in on those skills. For good reason
get
too, the
that E
passive
cooldown as
and the
well.
E cooldown.
And this Thresh's hooks have been spot on the entire game.
Thresh has been hurt. Good Lee Sin kick, but there's no one there to follow it up. 4v2 there. Not exactly the most optimal time to engage. And Blue's team is just, I don't know if it's miscommunication, just kind of bad thoughts from getting invaded on early, or what, but they are in trouble.
I feel like Blue Team definitely has the potential to play better than they are right now. I definitely think that they've just, some early misplays just set them back too much, and now it's really hard to come back.
I agree. Now Lucian went in a bit too deep. Nami was able to capitalize on it, and Xerath picked up the kill. So that's good for them. Now if Lee Sin can get back into this game, though, even though he's 0-5, he might be able to get some help with Thresh. One hit, Xerath can't see, he's got no vision. Unable to finish the kill. Thresh still hanging around. Still no I don't know what he's planning on doing there. Cho'Gath trying to go deep, gonna get the Nam. Tristana should be able to pick this up, no problem though. There it is, last auto attack.
Last auto attack.
Oh, the Thresh hook going in for it deep. The Lee Sin's there, gonna keep him safe. Thresh, bit greedy.
Yeah, I don't think Thresh could have done that even if Lee Sin wasn't there. It was just, that was very greedy.
It was exceptionally greedy. I think those type of plays will allow our lost chapters to get back in. But we shouldn't be seeing too much of that, even at this level. That was total greed. You can't get too cocky in this game, or stuff like that will happen. But
Yeah.
they're at the point right now where he's able to make plays like that and not suffer because of it. Especially with Dragon coming up in 9 seconds, he'll be back there in time for Drag. They're not going to lose a Drag. Blue team has no vision on the Drag, so this should just be an easy sweep for the Dongers. Here we see Thresh, Shyvana going down for that Dragon. Xerath cleaning out some pink wards, so they got full vision of the Xerath. They know Rise is in the top lane. They know he has a TP up. Lee Sin's not even worth close. The bot lane is fully visible, and this is an uncontested free Dragon. Tristana's in trouble, and she walks completely into it, but no, nobody wants to do anything about it. The Thresh going for the hook, gonna be able to get the Nami. Here comes Lucian in. The damage from the Trinity Force, gonna not be able to kill her, as she just barely gets out with the wave as Lee Sin comes in, gets the kick, gonna be able to finish it up on her tower. Tristana is, and now they're starting to do their work on Shyvana. 2 tanks coming in is gonna stop that assault Xerath coming around. Orianna. Ryze is still in the top lane. Not pushing, kind of just sitting in the middle. He has TP available, so wait for him to maybe come down and assist his team, who's really low. One Threshold could end the fight. Thresh just barely missing Tristana. Cho'Gath coming deep, looking for a Nam on the Nami. Gonna be able to finish it off with the Q as Tristana jumps in, almost takes the Q damage herself. Here comes the Ryze TP, but Ryze not might get there. No, Ryze is gonna get there as they lay off the turret. And here comes the Xerath ultimate. Gonna be able to pick it up as Thresh looks at Cho'Gath actually able to finish the turret as well. Cho'Gath Xerath. Cho'Gath on Xerath and Tristana as Tristana's trying to finish it up. Cho'Gath gonna be able to nom the Xerath, looking for Tristana. Gonna get the Lantern out as Tristana jumps the wrong way. We got Ryze coming down though after chasing Shyvana. Thresh still trying to get in there. Cho is just so tanky. Tristana ultimate gonna be able to pick him up with the ultimate auto. Ryze coming in with the baby cage. Lee Sin in trouble. Tristana in trouble through the minions. Thresh able to pick it up. Oh my god. What is going on?
I just want to say that flash from Tristana was wonderful. She had already burned her jump, and even then it would be too slow to get away from that Cho'Gath skill shot. So she just flashed it, dodged it, and was able to pick up those 2 kills.
Just crazy play here by the Thresh. Even though he's being real greedy, he's making something out of it. So that's what matters. There's still only 10,000 gold lead up, but that's still a lot of gold 20 minutes in. Look for them to kind of pressure the next dragon, pressure the Baron. The next dragon is going to be up in 3 or 4 minutes. So look for them to kind of get some vision control back around there. Blue side, they got to start getting those dragons. They can't keep them away for free.
Yeah, they need to start. If they want to get back into the game, they need to start securing objectives, or else they're just going to keep falling further behind.
And I'm not sure at this point if they can secure objectives, but their team will just continue to ramp up. With the Tristana continuing to ramp up, and with the Ryze continuing to ramp up. So as long as they just are smart about it. Especially in a good hook, the Xerath ultimate, not hitting anybody. Gonna be able to finish it off though. Cho'Gath is a little bit deep. Trading Cho'Gath for the turret. Thresh hook, not gonna make it as Nami lands the bubble on ulti Shyvana. What a save on the bubble. Thresh in here. We have a flash over the wall with the ultimate. Tristana and Nami trying to pick him up. Nami gonna be able to pick him up with the Tidewater, and Ryze gonna get focused down by the Lucian. The only problem is, even if they get those catches, they gotta kill Lucian first. He's the biggest problem.
Yeah, and that Orianna was just too good. It just caught everyone grouped up once Shyvana got caught in the bubble and tried to kill her, and then Orianna took that time to set up.
She saved the perfect time for ultimate. Xerath's on the wrong side of his tower here as the teleport's gonna cut him off even further. Xerath, you're going the wrong way, buddy. Your fountain's on the other side. And Donger's looking for the inhibitor. Xerath's gonna try to back away, but Cho'Gath is hot on his heels as Lee Sin and Tristana come in for this mid lane fight. Tristana going deep.
Tristana jumps in, and that's a mistake.
1 for 3, not gonna be able to finish it off, and I don't know what she was thinking. Xerath here, 1 auto away, gonna get the auto as Xerath goes down. Crazy play here.
That was a huge mistake from Tristana, wasting your escape to engage, and then just dying for free.
That's a huge mistake. You can't jump into Tristana. That's the #1 rule when I'm playing Tristana is I don't jump in unless that auto or that jump damage kills them. So that way I have a guaranteed escape out. You know, might be cautious, but it keeps me alive. Oh, doing a Scar Award there is what it looks like. It is a Scar Award over here. That's the game for our last chapters right now, unfortunately. They're gonna try. It looks like they're gonna try to continue fighting this out, but
sometimes you just want the time so that you can think about next game. You know, start thinking, what should we ban out, or what should we pick, or what can we do differently? So you know, instead of just conceding or surrendering instantly or as soon as possible.
Oh, Thresh getting caught out here though. This should be a free kill. The Nami bubble plus the Xerath stun plus the Ryze stun. He got, oh my god, it was raising away. Now, Lucian's on the wrong side of this fight as blue side's trying to make their way up. Lucian's gonna take a huge calling and get killed. Nami ulted backwards to keep their team out. Xerath looking for the kill here. Is he gonna get the Orianna? No, he's not gonna get the Orianna as he went for Lucian, and Lee Sin's gonna die to the Cho'Gath Q. Oh, Xerath misses the kill on Lucian, and now Nami is dead for it. A little bit of a missed skill shot there. It's gonna keep Lucian alive. Tristana not even in the fight, and their team suffering. Should be a free Baron for our purple side if Lucian doesn't die. Lucian, don't go in there. Don't. Oh, he went in there. Now Shyvana's in trouble. Shyvana's gonna die. Purple team are like losing their minds. Doggers, what are you guys doing?
They're definitely giving blue team enough time to catch up.
That was a huge mistake.
And we're
They
starting to
had
see
the members. They had the members there to take it.
Yeah, and I don't, you know, purple team might be cocky, but I don't think it's a smart decision because we're definitely starting to see blue team losing these fights less and less. Like, sure, they're still losing them, but instead of, you know, going like
They
4
are
for
inching
0,
their way forward.
yeah,
They
instead
are
of going 4 for
clawing
0,
back.
they're going 4 for 1, 4 for 2. You know, they're slowly inching back into this game.
And Lee Sin's gonna check that Baron and be like, hey, guys, they screwed up. Now, of course, I can see him from the executes, but like that's a huge thing. With the inhibitors gonna come back up by the time, it might come back up by the time purple team's able to reposition and Thresh is back in Oriana's in the bot lane, and they're looking for drag, so they're gonna lose the inhibitor pressure. Purple side, so Dongers might have just made a huge mistake. Our lost chapters were not able to capitalize on any of that situation, but it did give them a good spot to be in, or a better spot than what they were. Now 15k gold down, you know, the gold lead's starting to slip even more and more and more. It was 10,000 for about 10 minutes for a while there, and now it's starting to slip even more as we see the dragons, but there's a huge difference between a dragon and then a Baron buff to face against off on the siege.
If
So
the purple
this
team
is,
keeps on making these greedy plays, we can definitely see blue team come back.
as Rise keeps coming stronger, as Tristana gets stronger, Lucian's auto range is gonna fall off eventually at this point. Eventually, Lee Sin's gonna get tanky enough, and Rise is gonna get tanky enough to kind of sit through some of that assault as Lucian gets bursted down. There's only so much damage you can do before somebody kills you. Cho'Gath freely taking a tower up there as Nami took a bunch of damage up in the mid lane as purple team's looking to get this. Only Xerath, Lee Sin to defend, and Thresh lands a amazing hook. Xerath flashes the flay. Shyvana coming in, but they're gonna lose the inhibitor for this. Shyvana turns focus to the inhibitor. Focus is really split by the lost chapters here as Nami comes back in. Rise on the back end, but did not decide to continue with the flank as they took it off and gave up their inhibitor. Now Lucian on the wrong side as he gets sped up against Baby Cage. Lee Sin misses the Q, but he takes the lantern out. Shyvana comes back in. A little bit of miscommunication here as 2 go in and 1 goes out. Xerath not gonna be able to pick it up with the ultimate as Thresh tries to pick up Rise and did not get it.
Oh, that Q.
Being a man and coming in with the Q and killing him, and they're looking to end the game here. Cho'Gath with the flash looking for the Nom, got the Nom as he was kicked away. A little bit, Lee Sin was a little bit late on the Q, or on the kick, as Cho'Gath is now just running the train. Got the Q, got the silence, one more auto, got him with the auto, as Lucian is finishing off the Nexus towers, and they're hitting on Nexus. Rise is not in a position to stop this, as Cho'Gath is just sitting there as a body in front of him. Oh, he's gonna pick up the Rise, or the Thresh, though. Thank you for the stats, he says.
And I get those extra fantasy points.
I can get those extra fantasy points, that's true. Alrighty. Good game, guys. That was well played. It is now lost chapters. If you guys don't mind making the game again, it is your guys' pick of sides. So lost chapter needs to make the game again. And we're gonna be taking a short break for people to get some food, use the restroom, talk about what happened last game. No, it wasn't for me. Unfortunately, we made it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Elsie, are you guys good to make another game? Let's get everybody in, then we can take a short break.
Yeah, and remember, guys, there are giveaways going around on throughout the stream. There is the Xorbee gaming chair giveaway, and all the rules are being tweeted posted in the chat. So we have the Xorbee chair giveaway, and we also have the GamerModz $50 gift card. And so Xorbee makes gaming chairs, and GamerModz does controller mods and stuff like that. So make sure to just tweet at them, follow the rules that are posted in the Twitch chat.
Oh, LC, you guys gotta wait for us. We gotta spectate it. You gotta invite us in. Yeah, I really, you said we made it. We gotta, you guys don't mind quitting out of your champ select. Or your teams, or no, you're in team select, excuse me.
Yeah, make sure to invite both
Yeah.
Acid Coconut and
I
Phoenix
thought
Down.
you guys had started the champ select already, excuse me. Alrighty. Anyway, that was an interesting game. We didn't start. All right, good. Go ahead and invite me and Phoenix down in, just like last time. So I'll give you the name again. There you go. There's me, and here's him. I got you. I got you.
Okay.
Thank you very much. All right, we're gonna take a. Oh, can't join because lobby's full. Have somebody jump in the spectator and reinvite. I can't find your game on the list. I don't know if you heard that. So we'll give him a second. All right, there you go. Accept. All right, there we go. All right, so let's get Phoenix down in here as well. All right, I'm gonna be right back. I need to take a short break. We're gonna take a 2-minute break. So it's 3:50.
Yeah, I'll be heading out as well.
We're gonna get 3:52. All right, Izzy, why don't you head out, and then I'll come back after you get back.
Okay.
So, Izzy is gone. Bye, Izzy. Bye-bye. And now we wait. So teams talk about what happened, run over strategy, get some food. Phoenix. Oh, Izzy, you forgot to move. He already left. You guys weren't able to see, but he's not actually there. Yeah, he'll get it. Yeah, he'll get it. He'll get it. $30, you guys will see. There he goes. Thank you, Izzy. Sorry about that so much. Gosh, man, we're all over the place today. It's like I'm off thumbs, you know? Off thumbs. Does your friend want to come in here and spectate it? LC Escora?
Alright, I'm back. I just had to go get water.
Alrighty, good stuff. Izzy, you are back. I've been soaking up the water. So I'm gonna use the restroom real quick, guys. More information you guys need to know, but we're gonna make it work. Anyways, maybe talk more about what we're giving away today.
Yeah, for sure. So like I said, we have 2 giveaways. The first is the Xorbee Expert Gamer. Xorbee does chairs and gaming gear. So what we're giving away is, I believe, a certificate for a chair. And the next one is the GamerModz, which is a $50 gift card. Details are in the chat. So to do the Xorbee giveaway, you just tweet a pic of your gaming chair, and the worst gaming chair wins. So if you have a really bad gaming chair and you want to show it off and enter for a chance to win, then go for it. Tweet it at ReadyUp Gaming and at my Xorbee and use the hashtag ReadyUp, and you'll be announced on the winner will be announced tomorrow. And same with the GamerModz $50 gift card. Yeah, so the Xorbee is the expert gaming chair, which is a really nice, comfortable beanbag. I know it sounds like a beanbag, but trust me, it's really comfortable. and the GamerModz is a $50 gift card, and they do custom controllers and stuff like that. So if you ever want to get a custom controller, I know Smash is having a big resurgence in custom controllers where all the teams are getting their cool, like Curse Chillin and Curse MacD have really cool custom controllers. And so if you ever wanted, your own custom controller, go ahead and sign up for that. For that one, you tweet a pic of your gaming setup, and the most awesome setup wins. So show off your gaming setup and tweet it at ReadyUp Gaming and at GamerModz. And again, use the hashtag ReadyUp. And all that is posted in the chat. Other than that, we're just waiting for our other commentator, Acid Coconut, to join us, and we'll be ready to start the next game. And sorry for the quiet stream. We're trying to follow the new Twitch VOD rules where you can't have music or anything going on. So we're trying to fill in the gaps with just awkward commentating. So
that is true. Yeah. Am I back? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's the only problem. We were originally gonna have music, and then we want to make it so you guys can check out these VODs later. Say you wanna show your friends, hey, we went and did well this weekend or something.
Yeah,
Show
make
your
your own highlight
mom,
video.
put it on your fridge or something. I don't know. Whatever
Make
you
your own
want to
highlight video
do.
or something.
Exactly. I know Lost Chapters were saying that they want some of these vids or VODs. Wow, videos and VODs. Lost Chapters said they want some of them, so we're gonna try to do our best to get them. I'm not able to store them on my machine locally, unfortunately, with the way my settings are configured right now. I'm sorry. I will try to do my best to get you the best quality VODs from Twitch and the highlights and stuff like that. So let me know. Are we ready? Is LC back?
Hey, and just one more note. The Xorbee and GamerModz are both our sponsors that are in the Twitch description. So if you just scroll down, you can see their pages.
We are ready to go. Caster's streams ready to go. All right. Sorry, I had Twitch. No, you're fine. No, that's our. Oh, yes, we are ready. Thanks for the Twitch. Oh, we just figured you might be still getting water. Alrighty. Into game 2, LC is deciding to do blue side again, which is kind of standard. Gotta get the first pick. Now, let's see how they deviate in their ban strategy and then their pick strategy from the last time. If we remember from last game, oops, let's actually get in the champ select. If we remember from last game, they were almost late game focused in their champ select and banned pretty aggressive junglers. Pretty aggressive jungler. I believe they banned Braum, and then I can't remember their last one. But anyways, we got Tristana and Thresh coming out first for the last chapter for LC, and we got Yasuo and Cassidy from the purple side. So still afraid of Yasuo. The Dongers are.
Yeah,
And
definitely someone they must have researched and saw that their enemy mid laner is a lot of Yasuo.
I could see that as well. Braum and Ging coming out. Braum seems to be very standard ban in the league lately.
Yes, but it's not so much that he's really strong, it's rather that he's really easy to pick up and play. So like all you have to really do is like learn to line your passive, or like get those passive stacks up.
Oh, there's that Nilly. Alright, so if I remember correctly, last game LC banned Nidalee first. Like they banned it as their last ban, and now we see the Dongers banning it out, which is an interesting switch up. I think we saw that in our first series as well.
Yep, that's correct.
We'll see what affects them. They're picking up Xerath again, which is an interesting move. Maybe would have preferred to Ziggs or something. There's I guess Rengar research coming out in the first rotation. Now I do like the Xerath though. I gotta say he provides some good map presence on the roams, and he can do well in the lane.
Yeah, he did a lot of damage last last game. It wasn't enough damage, but it was definitely noticeable when you saw that that AOE come out, that all those skill shots.
Oh, Sona actually maybe they hovered the Rengar and might pick up the Sona. Now, I'm not sure about Sona. I know she got the buff, but from what I've seen, she's not been very effective.
She got reworked. Actually, I haven't played a lot with her just because I haven't. You know, the Sona hasn't really been in the meta.
From what I've seen, is she's still exceptionally squishy, and she's got a lot of damage, but she pops too quick, and that's the only problem.
Yeah, and her ult has amazing utility, but it's like, you know, there's no difference between, you know, a Leona ult or a Morgana ult. As far as utility is concerned, like, it's easier to get off, but she pays for that by, you know, being popped really, really easily.
That's true. That's very true. So the Zed against the Xerath, we're gonna have a very immobile long-range champion against a very close-range mobile champion again. So that's should be a fun, interesting matchup to watch. That'll probably be the matchup of the game. I don't know. So you know what we forgot to do? We forgot to give out an MVP for the last series.
Oh, for the last series?
Yeah, even the last game. Maybe we'll have to start doing it in this game. There's something we meant to do, but
okay. Last game I can easily give it out to the Thresh, and I think it was Angel Lord's Thresh, and his Thresh was it was roaming, and all those hooks were spot on.
I had to agree with that. I gotta agree with that. The Thresh was the big deciding factor, I think, in that match.
Yeah.
It was just so strong.
He snowballed bot lane and then went on to snowball other lanes. I think he roamed top once and he got a hook on the enemy Rise, and he was just everywhere with those hooks.
I agree with that. Maybe that as well. All right, we got Morgana coming out, which is a strong pickup against the Sona. Good counter to anything Sona can dish out. The Corki, though, going to be able to shred the shield very quickly with the Phosphorus Bomb. So that's a good maybe counter pick there. Corki Sona, it's a very old lane, but it's a strong lane. The Pantheon, potentially in the jungle, potentially top. The Vi, they were hovering Eve for a second there. Now, I would have liked the Eve just because of the presence she puts on the lanes, even when she's farming in the jungle.
Yeah. She did get some nerfs, though, so her damage isn't as high until she actually starts building damage.
I agree on that one. Oh, Graves pick up here. Graves Morgana, strong lane, very strong lane. Going to be a lot of burst damage from the Q ultimate stuff. The smoke screen also going to keep some control in the fights. That smoke screen can just be a killer. I hate smoke screen. If Graves were to fall over and die, I'd be okay with it, just because of that smoke screen. But even Braum doesn't block the smoke screen really, because when he puts the wall up and then the smoke screen hits it, it just drops right there at your feet and goes off. So you're still getting blinded. Everybody on your team is, so that's some weird effects. So Renekton coming up in the top lane with a teleport. Depending on who they pick, that might have to change here. In the meantime, a little Warwick.
Warwick top. Or Pants top, although I'm pretty sure with the Renekton pick, they might go Warwick top.
Yeah, if that's... Ooh, maybe not. Maybe they're new jungle. Or they're just messing with us. So we'll see. This will be an interesting pick. Ooh, Kale. I haven't seen her in a while. Teemo, there it is. There's that with the fluffy tails. Actually, excuse me. They play Ahri. But no Ahri today. So he's actually going to take the Teemo. Wow. Teemo with Ignite.
Definitely looking to win the lane and just make it so that even when Renekton does teleport, he'll have no impact.
For sure, but I'm not... The Teemo blind isn't going to really affect anybody.
That's true. Corki's a caster, really, so
Graves is a caster as well. Graves, Morgana, not going to affect. Vi, it might affect with a few E's. Renekton is still going to be able to stun.
Yeah, you're right.
He's just gonna spam Q until he can auto attack again. So I mean, I'm not exactly. I'm not exactly 100% sure on the Teemo, but it'll be interesting to see how it comes out. Every time I doubt something, it seems to do well.
That's true.
Every
Yeah,
time I
these
like
teams have
something, it seems to do bad.
definitely shown the power of comfort picks over just making strong meta decisions.
Yeah, and it is right. The team fight, there is no team fight. There is no spoon, there is no team fight, man. So we'll see how that kind of works out. Blue team definitely have a strong team comp coming in. I think if I had to give it to a team right now, just in Champ Select, it had to be blue team again. Even though I figure it was the same way last time, but again, I have to just give it to blue team, to the
Right.
lost chapters. So we'll see kind of how that initial play happens. Anyway, I want to remind our amateur teams that we love to follow you guys and do stuff with you guys. So if you're ever in like a tournament or something, or if you're looking to do something, tweet at us, send us a message on Facebook. Let us know what you're up to. Hey, we're doing this tournament. Check it out, ReadyUp Game or something like that. And we'd love to do something with you guys on it.
Yeah, if you guys have websites or something, feel free to
Feel free to give them
send the
to
links
us.
our way, and then we can post them in chat or something.
For sure, for sure. So we love to be doing that stuff with you guys. So that's something we enjoy doing. Not necessarily. It's not a necessity. It's not something we're really we're doing for any other reason except we really enjoy it. And so someone's gonna have to tell me what the picture looks like. What does the picture look like? And we're coming back to us, is he? Back to us as we wait. The game's looking strong though. Like I think we should get a better showing out of the last chapter teams this game because I think they were a little bit asleep last game. Even though we were all hyped, they were just waiting a little bit too long.
Yeah,
To play.
they definitely. I feel like the first 2 or 3 minutes, like the bot lane definitely showed a lot stronger presence, and then after a while they kind of fell behind and then just kept falling behind. And for a lot of players, that's really hard to play against. Once you fall behind, you lose that confidence to keep on engaging.
Yeah, for sure. All right, here's the tweet of our gaming chair, 2 cardboard boxes, and a pillow.
Yeah, if you're in the chat.
Whew. Man, that is something. All right. You know what? I think that person makes a very convincing case.
Definitely one of the worst gaming chairs
drawing.
I've seen.
For his drawing, I think that dude definitely makes a case. I'm not gonna lie, but all right. Anyways, so we're sitting here waiting for the game to load up. I think blue.
Yeah.
Are you with me? You think blue team has a stronger team coming in here, or what do you think? Are you thinking purple team with their
I think
uniqueness?
they have. Yeah, I agree. Blue team definitely it looks stronger, especially with that exhaust. It counters. It just shuts down Zed really, really hard. And also, while we're loading up, I'd like to give a shout out to one of our sponsors that isn't doing a giveaway, but is providing prizes for all of our contestants here. Let me find them. Real Gamer Gear is
yes.
providing a hat. So if you win, not only do you get the
You get
the right
shirts.
points.
Yeah, we got shirts and we got hats for teams.
Oh, yeah, it's for the lower division. It's a hat. I mean, it's a shirt. Sorry, and for the upper division, it's a hat. So you get a ReadyUp Gaming Real Gamer Gear shirt for winning the lower division, along with the right points plus the extra bonus right points that we're providing, and the Triumphant Ride skin.
It's a good haul. It's a great haul for a weekend play. It ain't even a weekend, that's almost one day.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
it is a solid haul for these teams. For something that all you gotta do is spend your time out here for, it is very very worthwhile, I think. And even if you don't win,
Yeah, you get the experience and you
you
get to
get
have
the
fun and play league.
experience to have come fun, play with your buddies for a day, for a few hours, and just kick it back and have fun.
Yep.
So, anyways, all right, game 2. Right, let me go through this. Round 2, Series 2, Game 2 between Lost Chapters and Dongers Bongers. So Lost Chapters is down in the series. Dongers have it 1-0. This is do or die for LC, and LC gonna potentially catch Dongers Bongers in a invade, but miss focus. Gonna be able to pick up the Teemo though, even with the miss focus, because of a nice solid Morgana binding. Corky running for his life out of there,
Yep.
and solid play by the Lost Chapters. After
Complete opposite what we saw last time, where Zongers got the kill. Now we have LC with the first blood.
complete opposite, and they obviously talked it through. They obviously, you know, made some sort of decision with their team and be like, hey, we know these guys are gonna do this. We're gonna catch them, and it worked. And that's the solid type of stuff that happens in series like this. You'll never see that in solo queue, but this is the type of stuff that is only possible in tournaments. And they made the proper changes, it looks like, to their team. They're not so late game focused anymore. They got a solid team fight in the mid to late game. They got a solid early game. This is a different Lost Chapters team. Standard setups here coming down. Let's get our people all fixed around. Excuse me. So, Vi taking a red buff, no problem. It's common to see Vi have a red buff start.
Yeah, you always want to start. You generally want to start the bottom buff and work your way up so you can gank top at level 3.
It's a smart move. Top or mid is open. Xerath putting some poke on the Zed, excuse me. Not a lot, but some.
There's that shield now. Sona has been changed, so her W and along with healing also gives a small shield.
So we'll have to definitely watch out for that. Or these teams will have to watch out for that as we look at Sona here. Given a nice heal. There's Morgana gets a nice binding.
Although I don't agree with the heal level 1 start because it doesn't let you trade it as
No,
well as
she's
you'd
got
like.
she's got no poke and no zone. I would agree with that one. Graves is just able to sit back and throw Qs. Morgana can just land bindings, and this is definitely a different bot lane than what we saw last game. There's a total 180. As Corky, nice skin, UFO Corky, but he's taking a lot of poke.
Although I'm wondering why this Morgana is like hanging back. Like
She's starting to
be...
zone herself out right here at this
Yeah.
point. She's actually losing some of the experience. Maybe she's just a bit worried because of what happened last game. Maybe she's lagging. Maybe she's on a phone call. I don't know. Apparently the blind doesn't even stop a Vi because she just eats straight through it. So, unless we were lagging a bit there, but Vi going up for a gank top lane, pretty ineffective. Pantheon was able to sit in the jungle a bit and not take too much problem. Graves took a lot of poke though, and is already down his pot. Corky still has his thanks to the Sona. Nope, scratch that. Corky just had to use his. So, interesting work. Renekton going a little bit ham on this Teemo here and getting a very good trade for it. Renekton still has his pot. He's got the Doran shield to keep him in lane. And he's been really effective. Xera's still doing a lot of work mid lane. Now this bot lane, there's that ward there, but it's not in the best position. Vi could look to try to get down here. Morgana's been really well on their bindings, and there's potential for a kill down here. Level 4, level 5. It looks like she's heading on her way down there right now. She doesn't know exactly where the ward is, but she has to know that's warded. Sitting in the tri-bush, but Pantheon looking for a gank himself in the top lane. Renekton, look, there goes the dash in. Renekton a little bit too early. Gonna flash, gonna dash. Renekton gonna get out, just barely. Teemo goes too deep. Teemo gonna die. Give away a kill to Renekton as Zed flashes in and gets the kill on Xerath. Teemo
Teemo was just too greedy there.
Way too greedy. Wasn't even in auto range, and he took that tower like a champ, man.
Yeah.
And he suffered. Now bottom lane, Graves Morgana starting to get some lane, positioning on these. Morgana's not quite landing the Qs anymore though.
And I've noticed a bit of a role switch here. I believe Angel Lord was a Thresh last game, and now he's Zed mid lane, and
okay.
Cheesy Girl is supporting Sona.
Oh, okay, that's true. I see that.
So I don't know. Maybe the Sona pick was because Cheesy Girl doesn't really play support, and they really wanted to get Angel Lord Zed out.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see how it pays off. I don't really. I feel like if you have someone who mains a role and they have to like fill in, it's a lot more.
That's
rough.
true. Now maybe Angel Lord was just a good Thresh and doesn't have anybody else under support. As I recall, Thresh was banned in this game. It was Tristana, Thresh. I can't remember the third one. Braum maybe. But Thresh was definitely banned in this game. Oh, Zed going all in. Once he hits 6, there's still 5. Gonna flash the Qs and get out safely is... Well, maybe not safely yet. Pantheon smells blood. He's in. Xerath going the wrong direction. He's gonna die for it.
Ah!
Q gonna finish him off. Xerath needs to go down through the bush and go around red side. While unfortunate, it still gave Zed the assist. Pantheon picked it up. And that's just important for the Xerath. That didn't need to happen. But it did. Now Graves having a little bit of trouble in the bottom lane. I think this game is going to be Renekton's to kind of try to come back in. He's not farming too hot thanks to the Teemo poke. But he can be a really strong, annoying bruiser come here in the mid game.
Yeah, definitely gonna bully out that Renekton.
Pantheon getting free blues. No mid laner to give it to. Zed trying to avoid the poke, but just not quite able to do it there. Yeah, Renekton's having just too much trouble farming under tower due to the blind.
Yeah, he definitely needed to go for the early Spirit Visage, Spectrum's Cal.
Pantheon coming in. Xerath gonna go back in a little bit early, and they probably would have chased him down if he would have just kept running. Now Vi's in deep as Xerath just kept running. Vi gonna get stunned. Xerath coming in for the ult. Gonna miss 2. Gonna miss the 3rd one, and Zed's gonna get out safely. Bit of a miscommunication there. Pantheon was coming in, and Xerath stayed a little bit too long. He could have pulled him back into Vi a bit more.
One
and then
auto.
followed
If
Vi
he
back in.
No flash.
He doesn't have flash, doesn't have ignite. Now Zed's in a pretty precarious spot if he can just guess a Q out there. Not gonna do it. But I feel that was a missed opportunity by the Xerath. And the Vi. Both of them, because the Vi went in and Xerath was like, I'm out. He started going down around the bush towards the red buff, and he came on back. But it was too late for Vi. Vi was already dead. So good poke coming out of the Graves. Good Morgana shield to stop all the phosphorus bomb damage. Gonna make that trade in favor of the blue side here, the Lost Chapters. Graves taking the full set of damage there. Corki's still 6. Graves, Morgana are not. And that's the trouble going on here. Xerath's in trouble as he's out of mana. Had the ultimate on him. No stun available. Zed looking for it, gonna get the ignite. Looking for one more Q and he gets it. Bringing down Xerath. You know what? That blue buff transfer to a champion who doesn't need it. It's too strong. So the Xerath just getting kind of bullied around here in the mid lane. As Renekton tries to go in on that Teemo, it's the only thing he can do up in that tower because he certainly can't farm.
Yeah, again, he really needs that magic resist, or else he's just gonna keep getting bullied over and over again.
I agree. It looks like he's going for the Hydra though, or the time at, which is a complete mistake at this point. He should have. His first item should be the Banshee's first item. But anyways, Pantheon coming down with the ultimate. Graves gonna flash it. Pantheon gonna try to get on the Morgana. Morgana flashes with the stun, and Pantheon picks it up with a Q.
Yep, and that's one of those things that's really easy for Pantheon to do, especially with the Sona ult. You know, Sona ult, you know, Pantheon ult, and they're stunned, and then you land right on top of them and kill them.
And with Pantheon being this far ahead, he's able to do plays like that very safely. As you saw, Pantheon barely took any damage at all. And there was almost no threat of a turn in the bottom lane.
Yeah.
Oh, Zed going in, dodging all of the Xerath moves. Vi coming in to save him as Zed misses the Q. Zed flashes for the auto attack, gonna get the kill, and Vi can't do anything about it. Now down the bottom lane, we see Corki and Sona taking the tower. Morgana Graves are not gonna be there in time, and this should have been a dragon for the purple side, but they're kind of leaving that gold on the map as Pantheon goes up and takes rates instead of coming down.
Once again, we see that LC they have the first few minutes of the game down, but then they can't deal with the roam, and they can't deal with, you know, the post-6 game.
I agree on that one, and it looks like they're still. I thought Zed was gonna rotate towards Dragon, but he decided to be content with the Wraiths and head on back to the lane. They don't want to do any grouping at all, it seems, and they just want to stick to the lanes. They understand that their team comp can't team fight, even though they're this far ahead. You know, something might turn in a group situation. Zath trying to get the poke down, not quite able to hit the elusive Zed. All the shadow hopping is causing them troubles. Teemo freezing the lane somewhat. Right there in front of Renekton. That's rather unfortunate for the Crocodile, who's not going to be able to get any CS or levels. As you see, he's fallen 70 CS behind at 12 minutes. Crocodile still going for that time at. And
yeah, definitely needs that MR. He just doesn't have it. That
he's going into Teemo. Teemo's not under tower though. Almost takes that mushroom. If he takes that shroom, I feel like he's just gonna die. Teemo's gonna flash in and kill him. Here comes the Pantheon out in the mid lane, on top of 4. Zed goes in on Morgana. Morgana not gonna black shield the stun, and she's just gonna die to the Zed. But Zed be able to pick up the Pantheon as Graves goes down to the Zed. Zed trying to pick up all the kills as Sona comes in. The Sona heal and the Sona ultimate gonna keep him alive as Vi tries to figure it down. Zed finally gonna hit an ultimate, misses the third tick, but that evens it out as 2 for 2. That's what we're talking about. Mid-game grouping. Blue side, even though they're behind, they still got a chance. So solid play by Lost Chapters here. And that could be a Dragon Seeker for them with Renekton on the bottom side. Which I would imagine they should have gone a little bit earlier, because they already lost their top turret and they're not getting anything in exchange for it. So while they turned a good fight, they still lost their top tower. So in the end, not the best of positioning, but
here we have G-Skill just roaming around and putting down wards. She put a pink down at blue buff, and
it was an interesting ward by Morgana, deciding to ward their own jungle instead of dropping a ward over the Baron or the Dragon Pit to check the timer. Wow, Teemo's got that pink ward in there at that blue buff. He's just being a monster right now. Even 0-2, he's been up there free farming all game. He's just, nobody can handle him, especially with Zed there. Oh, Vi queuing over the wall.
That was a wonderful juke.
Avoiding the Zed. Good plays, hot hands by the Vi here. Blue buff still down. Dongers should probably clear the camp because they have so much control over the jungle area.
Yeah, definitely. You want to clear the camp so that they don't know when it's on, and then the only person who knows who has a timer is you.
Exactly. Graves taking a lot of damage from the Corki. Corki just a super strong spike right now. Even though Graves is up 2 assists, Corki's still pushing him around the lane. Renekton using the ultimate, running into 2 shrooms. The slowed, here comes the ignite. Renekton taking a lot of damage there. He's going to try to finish this off. He's looking for a stun. Didn't get the stun. Zed in the meanwhile on the bottom lane, going in on the Graves. The Graves is not dead yet. One more damage will do it. And here comes the Hex Trigger coming out from the Zed. The good Morgana binding a little bit late. She got it pracked though. Vi gonna be able to finish it up with a Q. And now they're chasing down Sona. Corki coming up from the bottom lane. Corki leaving her assist support to the Mercy and forced her to flash.
They both have no mana, so there's not much they can do to fight. Especially since Corki's that caster type of AD carry who's reliant on mana to use his spells and weave in Sheen procs. So there wasn't much he can do. Even though he was at full health, there was nothing much he could do to help.
That's true, very true. Corki getting that Triforce now. No more Sheen procs. It's a Triforce. It's still Sheen, but a little bit better Sheen. So that is definitely going to affect this bot lane even more. Graves is going to start getting pushed farther and farther back. And under that, and Corki is just going to keep taking the tower in the bottom lane. His push potential is just so strong with his passive. Oh, Vi looking for a sneaky dragon over the wall. Purple side lost lapse in vision for just a few seconds. That area was painted not a moment ago. And they're going to be able to pick this up uncontested and head towards mid to try to defend it. Good stun by Xerath. Keeping Zed off his back. That's Purple's team. Groups for this mid turret. Zed really aggressive. Corki hits the big bomb and Zed goes ultimate in. Xerath able to Q out, but Xerath's just dead. He gave up. Didn't even try to ult. It didn't even have ult. And Corki picks up the Graves there. Morgana a little bit late there. No bindings coming out either. Renekton still getting pushed around by the Teemos. Morgana just misses the binding. Barely. As the Pantheon walks out of tower range. Oh, they're still pushing down. We got 3 people. Corki able to drop it down. And then Valkyrie in. Corki doesn't have Valkyrie. If they want to go in, now's their chance. Well, Zed's backing. But they look... They're not going to be able to, though, with a Morgana by. There's just no damage. Purple team checking out for that Dragon, realizing it's gone. That objective control can keep our last chapters in the game, though. Graves getting the smoke screen slow. Vi getting slowed by the mushroom though. There she goes, the long range ultimate. Xerath gonna pick it up with the fadeaway stun. And pick up the Teemo. Izzy, so how do you think the blue team's gonna be able to really come back in this game? You think they got a shot at Baron?
I don't know at this point. It seems like the game is just slowly slipping away from them. I mean, if you look at Graves' item, he doesn't really have any AD items, which is what he really wants. He has that AD scaling, and he's also that caster type. But unlike Corki, who like relies on Sheen procs because he has low cooldown skills, Graves has really good AD ratios, and he wants like that Bloodthirster or that Infinity Edge first.
Good assessment as Zed almost gets killed on her turret, but turns it around. Xerath able to nail the ultimates, get revenge for the Morgana as Graves picks up the assist. Now, with these kills, blue team is getting closer and closer back because as purple team picks up the kill and then Lost Chapters answers it, they're getting assists on top of it where there is no assists for our dongers.
Yeah.
So those trades like that will allow our Lost Chapters to kind of cling back into this game, to crawl back in, cling onto the game and crawl back in. That's what I meant to say. But anyways, it looks like we got a 3-man grouping here. It looks like they're going for the 1-4 split with Teemo on the top lane, even though he doesn't have a teleport. Graves is mashed up with him up there because...
I don't think it's a smart idea.
I don't think that's a smart idea either. I don't think anybody can take the Teemo at this moment. Xerath maybe because of the poke he can put down. He's not reliant on the auto attacks or getting in close. Xerath, Graves is in trouble. Teemo is just one more Q and he's dead. They're going to lose that whole wave in. And Renekton's trying to pick up some farm in the bot lane. He's 100 CS back almost. 19 minutes in.
He just needed that early magic for this, and he went the greedy route and tried to get finish the Hydra first, and it's 20 minutes in, he doesn't have a full item yet.
Yeah, and he's in trouble. Graves doesn't even have a full item yet either. And so those are definitely the 2 people who are going to be... that the Lost Chapters are going to need to come back into this game if they want any chance at turning this game around. There we go. Pantheon all coming down on 3. Morgana gonna get stunned up from the Zed slow plus the Pantheon jump. Keeping her in range, but other than that, they just backed off. Maybe giving a break here from the Dongers. Morgana taking a lot of damage from Zed. Zed goes in completely. The black shield not quite gonna be able to do it for her. As Corki actually picks up Vi. Ultimate, Xerath ultimate not able to pick up the Zed as his Hex Drinker keeps him safe. And Corki gonna be able to pick up the Xerath with an auto attack after he missed the big bomb though. And Pantheon going in deep. Stuns the cannon minion, and Graves is allowed to go out safe.
Yep, and there we saw the Sona shield and the Hex Drinker just... You basically saw Zed lose no health from the Xerath ultimate. Just all the shields that went up at the same time.
Yep, for sure. He was 1 second he was 1 spell away, and the next second he was unkillable. It was that much. And I kept him alive, and it turned a fight that could have potentially, you know, it saved. Now I wouldn't say saved a fight, but it definitely affected the outcome immensely. Because with the Zed going down, you could have seen Graves start to clean up without that pressure.
Definitely, and it just further increases Purple Team's lead. There was no like. It wasn't a 1-for-1 trade this time. It wasn't any equal point back to them.
Here we go. Morgana hitting the binding and slow down the Vice. Teemo forced a flash over the wall by the right camp. He's still looking there though. He's got the vision from the shrooms. He knows Vi's there. Vi's about to hit it. Vi hits him. She sees him from a ward, but Zed gonna take her out if she's slowed by the shroom and not able to movement out. Tough exchange. It's Teemo providing so much impact in this game for being 0-3.
Yeah, all he has to do is split push and like be able to 1v1 anyone else.
Here comes the Pantheon all right down on top of Graves. Xerath going for the Teemo, not quite able to get it. As Graves goes back in, Xerath actually able to get it, but Teemo picks him up from the grave. This Pantheon just cleaned up Graves, no problem. There was no issue for him under tower. I don't know what Graves was thinking, but I think he went back in.
Yeah, I think he might have thought that he couldn't escape, but the thing about Pantheon is that its cast time has been increased a lot. So you actually have some ample time to get away. Even if it's like dead center on you, you can always make it out usually.
Very true. Now I see a 4-man push up here in the mid lane as Teemo is just coming back up in the fountain. It looks like they're probably going to be able to take this inhibitor tower, no problem. With the inhibitor probably following after it. They got 5 members up though, so if he's gonna, here comes the Xerath ultimate. Xerath ultimate gonna hit 2. Coming, here comes the Renekton, but gonna get stunned out by a good Sona. Morgana binding though, gonna keep him all back. And here we go. This is the blue team's time to turn it around. The Hex Drinker gonna keep him a little bit safe, but Xerath able to finish it off, and they just went 4 for 1.
Yep, and that's just the team power, the team fighting power that blue team has over purple team. Teemo wasn't even there because, and even if he was there, I don't think it would have made a difference.
Yeah, Teemo's in the bot lane. This should be a free Baron. I think our Lost Chapters might be giving this one away. They might be looking for an inhib. But with Teemo in the bot lane, and now they're coming up, well, they can't Baron anymore, but that could have been a free Baron. The towers will come afterwards. Always take the Baron first.
I think maybe they thought they could have gotten more out of this push, because if you can get the inhib, then...
Inhib could be an okay trade, but the timers at this point in the game are not worth it. They could have potentially taken the Baron, groups back up, and then gone after those towers again, which were outer towers. They were pretty much free towers. They weren't deep, you know, inhib towers.
Yeah, the Baron is a lot more gold globally, and also a lot... the buff is really, really good. Come back into the game.
So here they are. They're giving away a little bit of a misstep there from the Lost Chapters, who could have gotten way more out of that push than what they got. Oh, Graves is just in trouble here. It's Teemo.
Green Beret Teemo going in for the sneak attack.
Yeah, the minefield here. Xerath's going to try to get revenge, but Vi's coming in, going to help out. Xerath a little bit scary there, forcing Vi to use the ultimate, which you would have rather saved it for the Corki coming down. Corki coming in now, realizes, so it's 2-on-3. Not going to be able to turn much. Actually, he's going in. Xerath going to land the stun after the Morgana binding. Here comes Corki still backering in. He's not scared at all. The Xerath ultimate doing a lot of damage. The heal forced out. The double heal forced out. The binding. Xerath's gonna Zonya's Q safe. The Pantheon is coming in behind him as Renekton comes in and starts to clean up. The Zed ulted the tank though, so that's not gonna do so much, but it actually is gonna kill him.
Yeah, again,
Xerath's on the run. Zed's just cleaning up. He's the janitor.
this Renekton has like, yeah, he has a chain vest now, but he's not tanky. He went for the Hydra first.
Yep, that's true. He still went for the Hydra first. I keep forgetting that. And that affects him a lot, especially in those fights. He was able to secure the kills, but he wasn't able to peel enough for his team because of it. So a free kind of inhib there for the purple side, for the Dongers. And the Dongers are definitely, this is their game to lose, for sure.
Yep, ball's in their court.
Yep.
It's up to them if they decide to throw it or not.
So we'll see, you know, there have been opportunities though. There have been mistakes, big mistakes by the Dongers. Lost Chapters didn't quite capitalize enough on them. But they are there, and there are possibilities. Oh, they know it's in there. Here's the catch, here's the mistake. Right here, Pantheon going down, Zed's next. Focus switching back to Zed. Xerath trying to take him down. Xerath a little bit cautious. Missing, oh, he hit the Q. Popped the Hex Shrink, the Hex Shrinker. Gonna soak up some damage. And Graves gonna be able to pick him up. Mistake right there.
Yep. Hopefully, LC can do something, capitalize on this. Either start pushing a lane or.
Oh, Corki coming back in. That's another big mistake. Corki dying. All right, Vi going down for the team-up, but Vi a little bit too greedy. Graves looking for the Sona. Graves not gonna get it. Here comes Teemo flashing in. Teemo might just clean this all up. The Morgana Black Shield didn't quite keep him safe enough as Renekton stayed up. It's still a good win though.
And that Morgana ultimate was used for one Teemo.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Yeah, that's scared of the Teemo. And for good reason too.
Yep, he's really big, he's really fed, and there's not much they can do to stop him.
That is very, very true. Now here we got Zed picking up the he had the Hydra. He's got the pickaxe. He's probably looking for that last whisper as Pantheon comes in up in the top lane. Stuns up their Renekton. Renekton's in a lot of trouble as Pantheon's just able to Yomo's Ghostblade and not actually chase after him. He decided to peel back. But Renekton, what are you doing? It's not, your life's not worth the ward, man. As Renekton, oh, he's gonna stun him up, potentially get out. The Q gonna soak up so much of his health. As Renekton still gonna get up.
And
the Teemo's true. Gonna pick him up. The ward was not worth his life. He was free, he was gone. And he died for that ward. But Pantheon gonna be able to pick up the blue buff in the meantime. And here comes the Baron attempt. Graves in the bot lane. He's not going to be able to get there in time. This is going down very fast. Triforce being effective with the stream procs. And they have no vision. They don't even know this is going down. And they're going to get it before they can even get there. Zed's zoning him out from the jungle by himself. And there's that. They should see it on Zed from the ward. And now they know we got Turtle up. I think at this point, though, they're in trouble.
And that just shows the power of vision. You know, they didn't know that Zed didn't have backup, so they were all very scared to engage on just that single Zed. And Purple Team was able to get Baron for free.
Very true. Zed going in for the ultimate. A little bit of the waste as it gets Zanya away. Vi taking a lot of damage. Teemo, a lot of damage as well. Sona half health. She should be able to heal herself back up with the Baron buff, no problem. Pantheon going in. Zed gonna ult the Pantheon. Zed! Gray's actually gonna pick it up. Zed brought both Pantheon and Corki low. Morgana and Gray is unfortunately gonna fall because of it though. A little bit too far forward. Everybody loves Teemo. Oh, we got 2 inhibitors down. Most likely a third one here.
He's the best champion in the game, man.
I think besides any disconnection problems, I think Dongers have it. It was a well-played game by Lost Chapters though.
Yep, I think this game's
Well
over
played
at
game.
30 minutes in.
It should be almost right about 30. You're correct. And that's, you know, oh, Morgana going for a nice. It's a nice ultimate right there. Crocking on 4. They might actually survive for just a little bit more. Here comes Zed in with the ultimate. Zed's gonna drop rather quickly. Graves did not make it back to the fountain in time to heal enough. And Corky gonna knock down the inhibitor, or knock down the Nexus and end the game. Or he's going for the fantasy points. There it goes. Good game. Lost Chap just played that, you know, rather well.
Yeah, I felt like it was a lot better than the last game. They definitely played a bit better, and they were able to capitalize on those small mistakes and get kills. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to get brought back.
Yeah, we're gonna take a small food break for everybody, and we'll come back at the finals. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come back at 5 o'clock for the finals. It's a best of 3. We're right on schedule, actually. Even though we casted the extra game, we are right on schedule. Can you believe that?
Games are going quick.
Games are going quick. They're great games, though. We gotta give a hand to LC. LC, are you guys still here? Are you guys still in chat? I gotta give a hand to you guys. You guys did rather well.
Yeah, you guys played very well.
Oops.
You guys definitely improved. You guys showed that you have that ability
That was
to
smart. That
improve.
was smart play. No, I gotta say, that was smart play first. Oh, that's unfortunate, man. That's hey, you know what? I'd love to see you guys come back tomorrow if you want, though. I like having you guys here. You know, in all honesty, I want to see you guys back if you want to come. Yeah, that can happen. That can happen. You know, sorry about that. You know, they're having some problems. Um, you know, we're probably only gonna do one interview though. We'll probably only do an interview on the finals. We would like to interview the whole team though, if you guys don't mind. Kind of do it OGN style. If you guys got a Skype or something, but you know, we enjoyed having you guys. LC, you know, I know you guys are a growing team. You know, keep us informed what you guys are up to. Same thing with you guys, Dongers, and all the other teams playing. Um, yeah, no, by all means, come on back tomorrow. I can't really say you're gonna do well or you're gonna have a lot of a chance, but you know, we do have 4 diamond teams in there, so you know, I just want to let you guys know that that's there. But I'd love to have you guys come back. You know, come back, maybe get some giveaways, enjoy the day, right? It's nice and fun having you guys in here. So hopefully, you know, your team can kind of figure out their roles and kind of, you know, get the groove going, but it happens. It happens all the time. All right, so we got a good hand to the Dongers, so we're going to report that on the bracket here. Dongers takes Lost Chapters 2-1. Or 2-0, excuse me. 2-0. And so we have Paul Please and Donger Bongers in the finals. And we're going to be taking a little break. Can I get Paul Please to please make the game and invite all of us in? And then we're going to take a small break till 5 o'clock and get the final started. What's the bracket? Let me link that bracket up to you. Thank you for asking. How nice of you. It's like it was timed. It's like it was timed. Here we go. Here we go. Bracket right here. I know. I always spell bracket. I always miss a letter when I spell bracket. So, good stuff. Oh, see? Dan. That's Dan there. I'm almost sure. Could be John. But you gotta go with the short links, man. Gotta go with the short links. Alright. So let's get all the teams in here. Alright. Yes, Gumball, what is your question? What's up? Who is getting prizes? Great question. As of right now, we have our winning team. Let me go through the prize list for everybody. Two, unfortunately, I don't have like. We wish we could split it up a bit more, but unfortunately, this is the way we have to. So our winning team currently gets $100 in riot points, plus 5 Real Gamer Gear shirts. They're nice shirts, well made, excellent stuff. And then we are still a prized event, so we get 3,200 RP for first place in Triumphant Rise skin for every player. Second place gets 2,400 RP per player. Third place gets 1,600 per player, and fourth place gets 800.
Oh man, yeah, I'm frozen on the stream.
Are you frozen? Oh man, let's fix that. There you go. Alrighty.
All right, there we go.
Here we go. Yep. I hope that does that answer your question, Gumball? The RP is going to be delivered by Riot. So how they do their prize event is we will send our tournament information to them. What happened? You know, these are the teams that played. You know, these are teams that won. These were the matches. You know, this is what it generally. This was our tournament. This is what happened. And then they will check it out. So let me get the actual email. Excuse me. Let me pull it up, and I can give you the exact wording, if you don't mind. So here we go. So what happens is that we will you guys should be able to fill out a survey. Let me link that in the chat. So this helps get your stuff quicker. Here's the survey link in chat. Do you have an estimated time for this game or for the last game? So there's a little survey they ask us to have everyone fill out. I'm not exactly sure what's on the survey, but I think it's just like, how was the event run? Was it fun? How'd you hear about it? I think. Would you recommend it? Something like that. Something nifty like that. But what we do is we submit the summoner names and the complete bracket to the URL they provide us, so their site, and they'll just verify the results. So they just check and be like, yeah, these people played. So also, big note, guys, don't change your server until you get your prizes. Ooh, okay. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. I was missing chat for a second.
Yeah, and if you're wondering about when the prizes will come in after you've like submitted everything, I've been in tournaments like this before. It can take anywhere from like 2 weeks to like a month. So, and that's not like our end. That's like when Riot decides to get to giving out points and stuff. Um, so it can vary.
Yeah, it does say that on the FAQ as well. You know, expect a few weeks. Okay, looks like we got a little bit of confusion here. Yeah, guys, we're gonna start at 5, so don't worry about starting it too quick. We're gonna talk a little bit, have some fun, hang out, enjoy our day, man. You're here all day, enjoy it. Anyways, John, would you like to get on, say any more dealios, give anything away? We didn't want. Yeah, oh my god, you guys are so mean to your own teammates. Oh man. 5 minute break. You guys want? I was gonna grab. So I got some spaghetti sitting up there since like 11 o'clock, man. I was busy doing stuff. You guys didn't give me time to eat this morning. It's crazy. 2 minutes. Good God. You guys are rough. Well, bust this stuff out, man. So JP, what were you needing an estimated time for? I forgot. Yeah, you can
Yeah,
plug. Did he plug his YouTube? Allow he can plug his YouTube if he wants. This is, you plug your team page, plug your YouTube. We don't mind. Okay, start at 5. Yep. So we'll make sure everybody's ready at 5. John, are you coming on? Let's find out. Okay. I haven't been able to read my Skype on my phone yet. We want to try to start ASAP. Do you guys have a time constraint? Because if not, there's no problem. I was just gonna run up and grab my noodles real quick and bring them down. It's no big deal if not. I can just wait till after, guys. This is your
yeah.
tournament. Oh, the RP, but is the answer. All right, sweet. Sorry about that, JP. I wasn't quite figuring it out. Looks like John didn't want to come on. But anyways, I'm not sure who's doing the whole giveaway stuff. I think that's John's handling all that, so I'm not sure if he's doing that a little bit later tonight or if he's doing it tomorrow afternoon. I'm not sure, so you'll have to ask him, tweet at him, or ask in chat.
I think the winners will be announced tomorrow during the upper division bracket. So that way, both the lower division and the upper division bracket can enter the
You know what?
giveaways.
That works for me. That sounds good. All right, Izzy, I'm gonna be right back. If you don't mind
All right,
entertaining, do a little jig, get a dance going.
I'll try.
All
It's like,
right, guys, I'll be right back. Let's not blow anything up while we're gone.
hopefully. But yeah, guys, if you have like team pages, team YouTubes you want to link in chat, go for it. Obviously, don't flood the chat with your posts, but if you want to, just plug it for a bit, go for it. And also, sorry for like the kind of awkward commentary in the middle. We are trying to fill up the gaps without playing music because, as many of you know, Twitch has done the whole mute VOD for 30 minutes because you played copyrighted music. And so we're just trying to make it sure that if you guys want to check out the VODs, if you guys want to, make highlight videos or, show your friends like, hey, I played in this tournament, then you can just show them without having to worry about the section being muted. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about anything, go ahead and post them in chat. If you guys want to talk, post conversation in chat so we can have a little conversation while we're waiting for all this to get settled. And make sure to fill out the survey that Ask Coconut linked in chat if you're participating. Yeah, we put it on r/League of Legends. I don't think it went up that far. It was on there for a while though. Just Reddit has a really it's really touchy, and depending on what time you post things or how many like people upload it in the first like 5 minutes, it just fluctuates a lot. Yeah, and also remember to sign up for the giveaways. We have the Xorbee chair giveaway. So for that you want to tweet at ReadyUp Gaming and at myXorbee, and tweet them a picture of the worst gaming chair you have, and use the hashtag ReadyUp. And the worst chair wins an expert gamer chair. And then GamerModz is also doing a similar giveaway, except for having instead of the worst chair, you want to do the best gaming setup. And again, tweet at ReadyUp Gaming and at GamerModz with the hashtag ReadyUp. And the GamerModz is a $50 gift card, and they do a bunch of like cool custom controller stuff. So if you want to get your custom controller, custom gamer gear, they can handle it for you. And also, all of our sponsors are in our Twitch info. So if you scroll down, you can see all of our sponsors. Um, and you can also see the link to our page. The next sponsor is Real Gamer Gear, who is providing shirts and hats for our first place winners. So you get really comfy ReadyUp Gaming Gamer Gear shirts for first place. So yeah, and also obviously check out our website. We have a bunch of esports news. We cover League of Legends,